welcome back. The UGA physical plant has found more than 6 leaks around campus just since they started searching 3 weeks ago.
4 of them are repaired, but crews are finding more every day. NewSource15's Melissa McKinney shows us how this search is literally an underground investigation.
Down the storm drain it goes, a camera hunting for yet another leak. And in an effort to comply with President Adams' request,
we will have as a goal to reduce our water consumption here by approximately a third.
Physical plant worker Dale Ledford says his new job is chasing leaks.
Now I have folks calling me, telling me, look, we've heard water running down this storm drain, or you got a problem over here. And then we go and investigate that. And since we've started, we have found, I'm going to say approximately 6 to 8 leaks.
This storm drain at the Founders Garden has water flowing in it from 134 feet away. Now the physical plant can look down in there, see the water flowing, and that's how they know there's a leak.
Maps like this one show the path of water through storm drains and help determine where crews should dig.
And that's the line they're going to be digging up. That's where we run the camera up, and the leak is in this area.
For now, Dale, or as he likes to say, the Water Patrol, is searching for leaks because he understands that every drop counts. Melissa McKinney, NewSource15 Water Watch.
Thanks, Melissa. The physical plant says they believe a 35% reduction in water is manageable. Now we're going to toss it back to Allison and our panel of experts. Allison?
All right, thanks, Trishna. It was only on October 23rd that the UGA Water Task Force started the Every Drop Counts campaign. And Kathy Farr, since the start of that campaign, do we know if or how much water has been reduced?
We don't have measurements since that time. We get our water readings every month, so we'll get these figures in a few more weeks for November. But I can tell you that these signs are out there. There are stickers that are being put in the residence halls. I was in the Georgia Center this week and saw their own version of these signs. So we're getting the word out there. Of course, it was at Sanford Stadium this weekend too. They even had people monitoring the restrooms, so there wasn't as much flushing going on. The community is pitching in. We are telling people to alert us for leaks, not only in pipes that the physical plant is noticing, but also at the faucets. And so we're working on it, and I think we're making a difference.
And I don't know if you or Mr. Rasmussen can answer this, but with President Adams' proposal to cut back 35%, is it even possible?
I would say yes. I mean, student participation is excellent. In our laboratory, we've cut back by about half. We just have not been using the water to wash as much and putting off some of our major projects. We have a fisheries program in our group, and so they tend to recirculate, clean the filter, so you don't need to use as much water. So there's many opportunities, and it's usually the students who think of these. If you have the students have a project to save water, they can come up with some very clever ideas.
All right, and one up. Actually, we're going to go ahead and toss it back to Tristan in the studio.
Thanks, Allison. Seems like UGA is really trying to spread the word.
Now, Step F would lead to medical offices decreasing their water usage by 2.5%. Some offices have already taken steps toward dropping their usage. NewSource15's El Orso tells us how one doctor has done all he can.
Dr. Thomas McDonald is a general dentist. Years ago, he took several steps that reduced his water consumption 90%. What he says he did for financial reasons has actually helped in our current drought situation.
That our old equipment was using water at a rapid rate all day long, and all that water was being disposed of.
The old equipment included a suction system that had free-flowing water all day long. With the water recirculator, Dr. McDonald continually reuses the same small amount of water and still gets his suction. They also have self-contained water units that use only 1 liter of water per day. They used to scrub down the tools with hot water and soap. Now the faucets sit without any dripping water. A dishwashing machine washes all the tools at once. Initially, Dr. McDonald did it for sanitary reasons, but he realizes he's saving a lot of water. Hand sanitizer has even replaced washing your hands. Dr. McDonald has taken all these steps already, and although he admits they weren't initially to reduce water use, he says they are helping out. But if they have to reduce an additional 2.5%, then
I mean, we'd have to pay more.
There isn't much more they can do, but what they have done is a lot. El Orso, NewSource15, Water Watch.
Sounds like Dr. McDonald is definitely ahead of the curve. The University Health Center is helping conserve as well. It's reduced water pressure in their sinks, added low-flow toilets, and asked employees to reduce their water use.
Local eateries are stepping up to the plate to conserve water. Some of the places you go to now are only serving water when requested, and one local restaurant has gone so far to start serving on paper plates instead of dishes. People eating out are happy to see local restaurants taking initiative to save water. De Palma's customers are willing to switch to paper products if it's going to save water.
I actually have the opposite thought when I go somewhere and see waste. You know, I wouldn't even mind eating off of paper plates.
Owner David Cappy says the restaurant has made a lot of changes to help with the conservation efforts. They installed a low-flow dishwasher, your drinks now come in paper cups, and most of the food is served on paper plates in the downtown location during lunchtime.
By eating your food on this paper plate, you're saving a cup and a half of water because that's how much water it would take to wash a real plate.
By simply switching to paper cups, the restaurant has cut down on the amount of dishwasher loads they do every month. Instead of doing 8,000, now they're doing 6,000 loads. Cappy wants to cut down on water usage wherever he can.
I mean, it's a kitchen, so we have to cook with water and you have to clean with water. So it's very prevalent in our mind that we're going to need water for the food end and the cleaning end of it. And I'm not sure how much you can skimp on making things safe and healthy.
Jittery Joe's uses 30 gallons of water a day to brew coffee. In a town where coffee is like water, the coffee shop is wondering how they're going to cut back 16% of the water they use. Manager Scott Crenny is concerned penalties for not cutting back will hurt smaller businesses.
I think it's going to hurt the little guy the most. It's going to hurt poor people the most.
Crenny says cutting back 16% of the water is like shutting down the store for an entire day. And De Palma's is actually going to expand their use of paper plates to the East Side location this week.
Thanks, Trishna. After the break, we'll talk to the panel about what they think of these conservation measures.
We'll be right back.